Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to say thank you for always watching my video. And today guys, I'm going to be teaching us how to design this Salon Flyer Design. So with no further ado guys, I'm going to open Coreldraw now so you guys can see what I have on the screen. So as you can see, these are the materials I'm working with. These are the pictures. You can see the pictures I'm working with, and these are the write-up I'm working with. I'm working with these two colors here. You can see the lemon and more of a kind of this is a lemon and let me see, maybe navy green or army green kind of. So guys, let's get to the order of the day. So what I'm going to be doing first in this design is to lay out where I want to put my pictures. That's the first thing I normally do when I'm designing. I first of all lay out the structures of my design. So the first thing I'm going to be doing now is to pick my bezier tools. You have to come here. The third one here is bezier tools. So the first thing I want to do here is to draw out. If you look at the picture very well, you see the concept of the design. So the first thing I want to do here is to draw out the layers in which I'm working with. And you can see I'm using my bezier tools to achieve that. So this is the first thing I'm drawing. It's more like a rectangle, but it's not a rectangle. This is the first thing I'm drawing out. Now the second thing, so I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to repeat this 2 times. I'm going to repeat it 2 times. There are 2 ways to go about this. I can either use that line or I draw it out, but I prefer to draw it out. I don't want to use that line. So just follow what I'm doing guys. So I'm going to close it. This is the second one I'm drawing out. You can see I drew out the first one, now I draw out the second one. That's the first thing I'm doing. So let me zoom it so I can perfect it up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. This is the first one I drew out, and no, it's beyond the. I'm working with A5. As you know that A5 is the flyer design, the flyer size. I'm working with A5. So I make the first one bigger, and the second one I don't need it to be too big. Look at where it ends here. This is where I close it up. I don't want that one to be too big because the idea is just an outline. I need an outline below the design. So let me page up the big one, which is the one that is the first one I drew out. So I just page it up now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to put the pictures I want to work with inside it. I want to put the picture guys so you can understand what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm going to increase the picture like this. Can you see what I'm doing guys? I'm going to increase the picture and take it down like this. Let me reduce it a bit. Can you see guys? This is the first step. Now you can see that I have the picture inside the rectangle I drew out, and look at the second line below it. Can you see it? So the second line below it, I'm going to give it a white color, and I'm going to remove the outline. So let me give it a white color. Now I've given it the white color, but you cannot get to understand that now because the background itself is white. So just stay with me as we continue in the design. You are going to understand that part very well. So the next thing I want to do here is to draw out the other rectangles shape I work with in this design. So just look at how I'm going about it. Just follow me guys. Bezier tools. Let me delete this one. So I'm going to click on my bezier tools as usual, the third one here. I will go like this, go like this. That's the first one. As you can see, I just drew out the first one. So I'm going to increase it and perfect it well. And after that, I'm going to go to my bezier tools also again and draw out the second one. Don't forget, I said I can use outline for what I'm doing now, but I don't want to use outline. I don't prefer outline. I prefer to do it like this. So my design will be neat and I can, control what I want to control. If I use outline, there's some effect I want to do and I don't like the reaction. For instance, if I want to give it a shadow, if I'm using outline, I don't like how it appears well, so I rather draw it out like this twice, just the way I'm doing it now, guys. Just stay with me, guys. It's a very simple design. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to draw out my rectangle tools, my shape tools. This is where I'm putting the pictures I'm working with. So just stay with me, just follow what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm using my bezier tools. So you must learn how to use your bezier tools very well to achieve this design. So just stay with me, guys. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, please don't hesitate to subscribe so you can understand my tutorial, and aside that, so you can also get to see more of my updates. So you can just on your notification bell so you get notified when I post my content. I believe you are doing that right now, guys. Thank you. If you are doing that, thank you. So just subscribe so you won't forget. Okay, so I'm still using my bezier tools to draw out where I'm putting my pictures. So guys, just stay with me. I'm rounding up soon. It's a very simple design. I bet me you're going to love the outcome. So now I just drew it out. Can you see it? I just drew it out. So the next thing I'm going to do, I think I have one here. The last one here. I have the last one here. So I'm going to come here. The same order. I'm going to come here like this, like this, like this. I believe you know how to use your bezier tools. And if you need any of these materials in this design, just join my WhatsApp community and request for whatever you need. I'm going to send to you immediately. I'm here for you guys, trust me. I'm here for you guys. So this is the last part of the rectangle tool. So the next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to click, there are two here, so you understand. I'm going to click on the inside one here, and after I click on it, I'm going to page it up. Because if I didn't page it up, for me to put picture inside will be kind of complicated. So I'm going to click on the inside like this. Make sure it's the inside one, you page it up. Also this one, make sure you click on the inside part and page it up. And also this one also, and page it up. If you didn't do it like that, to insert picture will be kind of very tough for you. So this is the first picture I'm working with. So I'm going to drop this one here. You can see it's very easy for me to insert it inside because I've paged it up. If I didn't page it up, the picture won't enter that particular shape exactly. It will enter the bigger one. So you have to page it up first before you start inserting your pictures. Now I'm going to power clip this picture again. You can see as I'm power clipping it, I'm using my right click to drag the mouse and click on power clip. Can you see it? So once I power clip, I right click again, I go to my edit power clip so I can edit the pictures and make it, set it properly so it can be visible. So I've done the second one. The third one is this one. Just stay with me, guys. I'm going to again right click and drag it down to this place. Click on power clip inside, then hold down my control and click to enter the power clip. Then adjust the picture properly like this, then click out also. It's a very simple thing, guys. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section. So the salon, they are into makeup and they are into hair making. So the last two pictures I have here is this one and this one, which is for makeup, and this one I don't need to power clip, is the makeup. Okay, let me can see now this one. Look, let me show you this one. I didn't page up the inner one for this one, so as I power clip now, you can see that the picture entered the wrong rectangle. So I'm going to undo it back and click on the inside one here and page it up. And page it up like this. Now I've paged it up. And how do you page up? You click shift on your keyboard and click on page up on your keyboard. You hold down your shift and click on page up on the keyboard. So now I'm going to power clip it inside. As you can see, it entered the right position. Why? Because I've paged it up. So we are getting there, guys. We are getting there, guys. So the top part here, I have a rectangle here. I'm going to show you how I go about that. So I come down here to my rectangle tools. The shortcut is F6. So I come here and I drag it out like this. Just watch what I'm doing, guys. I drag it out like this. And so what next? So I hold down my control key on the keyboard, I click on F10 first, then I hold down my control key and drag each side. Now, why do I hold down my control key? If I didn't hold down my control key, if I drag it like this, the whole 4 shape we drag together. Let me just do it so you understand. Let me undo. Now I'm not holding my control key, so let me drag it so you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see? The whole 4 shape, go simultaneously, like together at the same time. But let me undo it back. So the reason why I hold my control key, I hold down my control key is because I only want the one side of the shape to be curved. So if you hold down your control key, it's only that side you want to be curved that it's going to be curved like this. Can you see it? Now I want this side to be curved. I hold down my control key. Do you see what we have? That's how to go about that. So I'm going to be using this color here for this down part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag it and click on copy fill here. Can you see it? Copy fill here. If I click on it, no, sorry, it's the color I want to move. I don't know why. Copy fill, copy fill. So if I click on it, the color will appear. Let me remove the outline. Let me remove the outline. So now I'm going to page up this one so it will come up on it like this. Can you see what I have, guys? Can you see what I have? Let me take this one out. That is the second step, guys. Just stay with me, guys. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to add shadows to this design. Is to add shadows, and I want you guys to listen very well. Now this one here, I'm going to make it a white color. I'm going to give them a white color. I'm going to give them a white color. Now the white is not visible because the background itself is white, and that is why I'm going to be adding shadows so you guys can see it separately from the background. So I've given them a white color. So what I'm going to do now is to group them together. As you can see, I've highlighted them together and remove the outline from here. As I remove the outline, you can see that you can't see the shape anymore because what is making you to see the shape before is the outline. Now I remove the outline. The next thing I want to do now is to give it a shadow. So I'm going to come here and click on my drop shadow tools. Now I'm going to drag on it like this. See what I have, guys? Can you see? The shadow is heavy. This is the shadow. So I'm going to come up here to reduce my shadow a bit because it's kind of heavy. Now you can see that the white is more projected. So I'm going to reduce the shadow a bit. It's kind of too heavy. It's too much. Let me take it up, like, just stay with me, guys. Can you see what I have now? Let me reduce the bits. Now you can see now that the white outline is obvious. Can you see that the white outline is obvious? Let me page up this one very well. Now the white outline is obvious because I added a shadow to it. And that was not all. The same thing I'm going to be doing for this one here. But before I added shadow to this one, I want you guys to see something. So I come here, I power click inside. Let me go back so you guys can see. I right click and click on edit power clip. By clicking on that, it will come into the power clip. So what I did here, I added a bit of lemon color as a fill, as an effect inside. And how do I go about that? So I draw out my rectangle tools again and come down to lemon, this lemon. Can you see, guys? And I clicked on it and I go to my transparent tools like this and I drag it up. So I just need that lemon fill. Let me drag it out so you guys can see what I have. It's too much. Let me take it down a bit so you guys can see what I have. Can you see now? So that effect, like a bit of a lightning coming out from that angle. That is how I go about that concept over there. So you guys can see how I go about it. So I'm going to remove the outline now. And after that, I'm going to remove the outline in this one also. This second one. And after I move the outline, I'm going to give it a shadow now. So I'm going to come here, click on shadow. The same thing. My shadow. I've clicked on shadow. And how do I going to go about this? From the bottom here, because this one is kind of big, so you have to take it from the below, from the bottom here. I'm going to go up like this to this point here. Can you see that the shadow is reflecting below it? Can you see what I have? If I take it down a bit, Can you see what I have, guys? So I've added a shadow to this one also, and now the white outline is showing very well. Can you see, guys? So I'm going to click on my power pick tools and click out. Now if you look closely, the shadow is reflecting beside, it's showing beside. And how do you go about that? So now I'm going to break the shadow, and now I'm going to click here. So you're going to click on the shadow, come down to object and click on break shadow. Can you see break shadow? If you click on break shadow, you click out, then you click on the shadow. Now the shadow is separated from the rectangle. So I'm going to come here now and bitmap the shadow. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm bitmap the shadow. I just bitmap the shadow. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go to my F10 and close it up. Do you see what I'm doing, guys? And close it up. And this is how you close your shadow up. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? So what's the next thing? The next thing is for us to arrange our text. The next thing is for us to arrange our text. So this is the name of the font I'm working with. Look at the font, Coffins. So the case place, I'm going to give it a white color. It's below. Let me page it up. Case place, that is the name of the salon. Case place. So this is the font I'm using. So it's a unisex salon and makeup. So I'm going to be picking a rectangle tools like this. Pick a rectangle tools from here, then drag it below it like this. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? Let me zoom so you can see. Then I'm going to give it a white color. I'm going to give it a white color. Can you see, guys? Let me pick the right up so you guys can see what we have. Let me page it up. And the second one is makeup. Let me page it up. So let me page it up also. So we have case place. So I'm going to be giving these ones black so it can be obvious on the whites. So I'm going to place it here. Case place salon. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? And the makeup, so I'm going to duplicate this rectangle here, give the makeup also a black color and place it here. And again, I make sure that it's outlined together. Let me pitch it up. Make sure the outline, click on it and click on L on the keyboard. So the hand, I'm going to make this one orange so you can show difference between the two. And after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to close this one up a bit, because the makeup is not that long like that. So I'm going to close it up a bit like this and increase it a bit, like a bit. Can you see what I have, guys? Don't forget, I said the font I'm using is Coffins. Look at the name of the font here. And I pick my rectangle tools and arrange it here. Very simple. So I just arrange the name of the salon. So the next thing here, they are doing a promo. I have all the write-ups here, so I'm going to arrange it for you guys to see. So they are doing a promo, and they said that the first 20 people enjoy free promo. So I'm going to be changing this font here. Let me page it up. Shadow is disturbing. So the font I use here is not Coffins. The font I use here is this guy here. Let me just select the font I use in that place. See, okay. So this is the font I use. I make use of this font here. What's the name? Trebuchet MS. Trebuchet MS. That's the name of the font I used. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn it to capital letter. So I come here and turn it to capital letter, uppercase. The promo also, I will change the font to this same font and come here, go to text, change case and turn it to capital letter. Just stay with me, guys. So now let's arrange what we have here. Let me take this one down a bit. So I added let me reduce it a bit. I added a line, an outline to separate it. I click on freehand tools to get a perfect line. Freehand tools. So I added a line and give it 1 inch. Let me separate it from the promo. Can you see what I have, guys? So I added a line to separate it from. I need to add outline to this guy. The green is too okay. Can you see what I have? So that's the first thing. So the second thing here, so I arrange it like this, so just look at the arrangements carefully. Can you see, guys? Let me align this properly. So I try to emphasize more on the 20%. So I draw out a circle and I place it here in the middle. I try to emphasize on the first 20%. You need to know how to emphasize on key points in your design. So I'm going to give this one the same color. So I click on my eyedropper tools. I click on it and I drop it here. And I remove the outline also. Then I page the whole thing up. And after paging it up, I'm going to align this one alone and give it a white color. Then I position this one properly. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? Let me take this one down a bit, or take this one up a bit, yeah. So just watch the arrangement, guys. That's not all. So the 20%, I try as much as possible to make it obvious also. This one I make it black. I make it obvious like this. I make it black. And this one I break it to 2 like this and give it a red color so people can get the message very well. So let me zoom out so you can see what we have. So I'm going to highlight everything now and increase it, come down a bit and increase it. Can you see what I have, guys? We are getting there. We are rounding up soon. I hope you have subscribed, guys. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe now. We are rounding up, guys. Just little to remaining. We are rounding up. So the last part is to come here. Let me type it out. Now open. That's the first thing. Now open. Then the next thing is the address 62, comma, Queen ST. The location is Canada. The salon is based in Canada. So this is the Canada address. I'm trying to type out now. Just stay with me, guys. We're rounding up soon. Then L5M 1K4. It's Toronto, Greater Toronto, comma, Canada. It's a very simple design, guys. And the last one is to book. Call. Let me just write down the number 4376639672, comma, the website caseplace.com. So I just type it out, guys. So let's just arrange it once and for all. So I'm going to break it now with Ctrl K. I just break it. So because I need to arrange them separately. The first thing is now open. So I'm going to be using the Coffin's font for the now open. I'm going to be giving it a green color here. I'm going to be giving it a green color, increase it a bit. Then I'm going to go to my shape tools here and drag it to make it bigger and wider. Then centralize it by holding my shift, click on the object here, then click on C on the keyboard to centralize. So the next thing is to arrange the address. 62 Toronto. It's a very simple design, guys. You can also try this and do something amazing like this. If you have any question on the comment section, guys, don't hesitate to throw up your questions. I'm going to answer all your questions. So now I'm rounding up. Let me just arrange the website here and centralize everything. Make sure you centralize your design. I just centralize everything now. So the last thing I want to do here, not the least, the last but not the least, is to draw the rectangle tools. I should have drawn it from the beginning, but it always disturbs my design because I don't really need it from the beginning. So the background is not really pure white, so I gave it a lighter, what's the percentage, 10% gray color. Yeah, 10% gray. I give it 10% gray, and I'm going to come down here to my fountain. I'm going to come down here to my fountain and go to fountain fill here, the third one here, fountain fill. And after that, I'm going to come here, which is rectangular fountain fill. Then I'm going to, the lighting part here, I'm going to drag it down here to this corner where I have the right top, so the right top can be more visible. So I'm going to click on OK, and the next thing is to click on page down on the keyboard, which is hold down your shift and click on page down. As you can see now, the background have gone below the design. So let me zoom out so we see what we have, guys. We just designed a Salon Flyer Design, guys. Very simple and very amazing. You can try this out, guys. Let me see your feedback. Let me see if you're able to get it right. So guys, thank you for watching my video. If you have any question, don't forget to drop your questions, and if you want any of the materials I use, the pictures or anything, join my WhatsApp community.